Men, are you paying attention to your physical health? I'm Dr. David Mabry, and today, on this Monday for Men, I want to encourage you to take care of yourself in all ways, but particularly with your physical health. Look at this guy. This is Dr. Brandon Schreiner. He's a very good friend of mine, and I've invited him to be part of Mondays for Men to talk to us about health. He runs a health clinic. He's a chiropractor in my area, my home area here in Central Ohio, and I've asked him to actually join me and talk to you all, because I'm telling you what, this is a manly man right here. And he knows what it means to be a great husband and a great father and to invest in other people on a regular basis. He's passionate about people's health and vitality. So he's actually as well, and feel free to share openly on this with the men out there about dad bod.
Yep.
This is an awesome idea and concept that he has pursued and moved forward on. Dad bod, invest in men's lives. So you can share about that. But here's the question for you for this Monday to encourage the men out there. What difference does physical health have and pursuing being physically healthy have on being a great husband and father? And you may want to talk about it's for short term, mid range, and long term.
Yeah, so it's a great question. I think health physically is kind of that one thing that we feel like we get a get out of jail free card. If we're, spiritually, emotionally, relationally good with our kids and our wives, that we can just kind of take our foot off the gas when it comes to the physical. And we kind of talked about this earlier. I feel like I deserve it as a father. I work hard. I've been working hard all day. I come home. I deserve that pizza. I deserve this. But then, unfortunately, when that becomes a habit, then we start to get some things, like heart issues or, digestive system issues. We start to get energy issues. We start to get anxiety, depression. So the physical health of the human body plays a huge role on all those other realms as well. So from a short-term perspective, as a dad, I want my boys to look at me as kind of a superhero. I want them to model everything that I do. So the short-term, benefit is that, one, I have more physical energy. I've got more mental clarity. From the physical side of things, it's like I want to be able to, please my wife. I want to be able to if my back is bad and I have no energy, it's like, hey, honey, let's go to the bedroom and say, well, I have no energy right now. So putting good fuel in your body, making sure that you're taking.
That's worth the video right there, men. We can end right there because Dr. Brandon says we have better intimacy with our spouse in the short term if we're in better shape.
Absolutely.
Right there. That's worth the money.
The quality improves. So, there's some of those things like short term, and then the short term things with your kids. It's like, when my kids look at me or they see what I'm eating or, how it is I'm responding to certain situations physically, it's like they want to work out with me. They want to be a part of what dad's doing. And they are literally sponges. So everything that I do. And then from a long-term standpoint, I think, the physical health from a marriage standpoint is that, what is life going to look like in the next 20 to 30 years? I see so many people who are happily married, with the love of their life, and then all of a sudden somebody gets cancer or somebody has heart disease or somebody loses somebody from something they didn't know they had because they were basing their health off of how they felt and how they looked, but yet they weren't really, really paying attention to how their body was functioning on the inside. And so it kind of rips my heart out whenever the number one prayer request I think in most churches is health-related issues. I have cancer, I've got diabetes, I've got something, and that really does affect your wife. Think about this as a dad. I think about this all the time. Like, if I just completely ignore my physical health and I end up dying of a heart attack at 60, what am I leaving my wife with? I'm leaving my wife, friendless, husbandless, with all the kids and all the responsibilities. So it's not about you, I guess, is the big question too, is that what you put in your mouth and how it is that you, whether or not you choose to work out or not, it's not about you as a dad. It's about what kind of relationship in the next 20, 30, 40 years am I going to have with my wife? Am I going to be physically healthy to walk the beach, or am I going to be in a nursing home somewhere? So those are big things for me.
What do you say to the guy? First off, let's establish this. We're not talking about being in be a triathlete, right? What do you say to those guys? Because most of the men out there, I'm guessing, that are watching, most of you out there, you're not going to be a triathlete. You're not going to be an elite athlete. But so what do you say to the average guy out there, the dad bod guy?
Yeah, well, first off, I think dad bod is just redefining what it's like to be physically and spiritual leaders for your home. So, for the average guy out there, which I would consider myself an average guy, I'm not like a world class athlete at any point in time like I used to be, but I'm not. Like I think it's just making good choices on a regular basis. Getting up and putting good fuel in your body, working out, seeing your kids exercise. I mean, you don't have to go run a marathon or go join a CrossFit gym, but just seeing your kid, knowing that dad's in the basement or doing something physical. Oh, dad's at the gym today. Okay, and then in 20, 30 years, you have a conversation, you see your kids going to the gym innately when you didn't even know they were doing it. And the reason why they do it now is because they saw you doing it. So you don't have to sign up for a marathon. You don't have to go train at a UFC gym. Just do the simple things very, very well. I mean, when you make a bad choice, make it a better bad choice. Not like don't fall off the deep end. And if you fall off the deep end, look, here's the cool thing about health is that you can always get back in the swing of things. So I always say you focus on the things that you can control, and we have a lot of control what we put in our mouth and how it is we expend and exercise. So those are real simple things you can do.
This is so good. We're going to go just one more question, and men, this is your bonus question for today. So just in less than 60 seconds here, what do you say to that man out there about the impact of men in a family, particularly being men, and the choices they make? So why does the man have to be the one to step up when it comes to physical wellness of their family, their wife, and their children?
I just, as the spiritual rock, the family, obviously, we're doing it together with our wives, but ultimately it's, my kids are the ones that, when they see me working out or they see me doing those things, like they want to follow and do exactly everything that I do. So, leading by example, and choosing to do the hard things, leaves lasting impact. And here's the thing is that my wife isn't responsible for my health. I am. Right? I mean, so that's the thing is like my wife is not responsible for what I put in my mouth or when I get asleep or when I wake up. My wife doesn't hit my alarm clock and say, hey, honey, you need to get up and work out today. Like that's a choice that we need to make as men.
Yeah.
And it's not our wife's responsibility to do that. And that hurts, I think, sometimes. But it's like, I tell my wife too, I'm not responsible for your health. I'll be there to help guide you and help the ship just kind of stay on course. But man, you've got to make that your responsibility.
Yeah.
And so as the man of the house, we've got to step up and make sure that we redefine what it's like to have a dad bod.
Yeah, I love it. I tell you guys on a regular basis that it's not about lording it over anybody in your household. It's not about being more superior than your wife. It's about serving your wife. It's about leading through love and kindness, and be a warrior within your family, but it doesn't mean lording over. But it's about that mutually beneficial reciprocal relationship. Pour into your wife and your children. Man up. When it comes to your physical health, do everything that you can. You're going to have benefits from short-term, mid-range, and long-term goals and impact and fruit and vitality for your relationship. Dr. Brandon, thanks for joining us today. I'm Dr. David Mabry, and join me the next time. See ya.
See you guys.